Thank you for tuning in to your monthly Roblox Dev Forum news. I'm your host, Crusher Fire, and we're going to be discussing all the changes and newly added features for the month of June 2024. You can use the chapters in the video below to see all of the changes for this month and skip to the ones you find most interesting. So let's get started. This month starts off pretty rough with the first announcement declaring the removal of user ads on the website and quote-unquote improvements to sponsored experiences. Roblox states that last year we shared our plans to permanently remove user ads to make ads on Roblox more relevant and integrated with the user experience, while also working towards simplifying and consolidating all ad purchases to the ads manager. Today we're sharing the timeline for sunsetting user ads and ways we're testing to improve sponsored experiences and ultimately make them a better and more effective solution to advertise your experience to potential users. June 16th was the last day that advertisers could create user ads, and June 17th was the last day that user ads would have been displayed. And considering the fact that Roblox themselves, if we take a look at the like ratio here, and then the like ratio on the first comment, the fact that they got ratioed on this post signifies that the developer community is quite unhappy with this change, and I would have to agree. Ads on the Roblox website created by developers made the platform more community-driven, but now that Roblox has removed this feature and is catering more towards its ads manager platform, it seems like Roblox is pushing aside creators in favor of advertisers who have deeper pockets. As one developer states, "I can't help but feel that this change will cause Roblox to lose even more of its soul. One of my favorite things as a kid was all the funny ads you'd see. Half the time they wouldn't even say anything about the game they were advertising, they'd just be a joke or something." Another developer made note of Roblox's statement, where Roblox stated that unfortunately, users will no longer be able to promote groups or paid access experiences. However, our team is continuously exploring ways to improve group discovery and more ways to advertise on Roblox. And this developer states, "Why were these ways not explored before removing the ability to advertise groups entirely?" Which is a good point. Roblox has announced that creators can now request a one-time permanent archival of their avatar items by filling out a support form under the DMCA category. This process supports both trademark and copyright requests, and to archive items, creators need to provide an explicit request along with URL links or asset IDs of the content they wish to archive. This is a temporary process, and by the end of 2024, Roblox plans to introduce a self-service archival option for the marketplace. And they state we'll have more to share in the coming months. On June 6th, Roblox has also announced that they will be relaxing the limit on experience notifications from 1 per day to now 3 per day. This change aims to give developers more opportunities to engage and retain their users. So far, over the past few months, we've seen many improvements to the new notification feature, including a new notification permission prompt API, notification analytics, and user reference capabilities. I'm sure we're going to see more and more features added to notifications this year and a wider spread adoption of notifications across experiences. Migration to Shorelines is finally here, and old water is being deprecated, and that schedule should be completed by September 16th. So this update is going to elevate water quality and enhance immersion in experiences all across the platform. This transition is going to take place in 2 phases. Places without water will start to migrate starting July 8th, followed by places that actually have water by September 16th. And developers are advised to upgrade manually. That way you can go ahead and fix any visual discrepancies by transitioning from the old water to the new water instead of Roblox doing it automatically for you. So now that Shorelines is out of beta and being pushed to all developers, we should see a significant improvement in water terrain across games. Water is now officially waterier, and say goodbye to the old water technology. 2-step verification with a second device has been introduced. So if there is a suspicious login attempt on your Roblox account, you will need to use a mobile device that's already logged into your Roblox account to approve or reject the login. It'll also display to you different details. For example, it'll tell you what kind of device tried to log in, what the location was, as well as the time of the attempt and even an IP address. Backup options are available if you can't access your primary device, and it's recommended by Roblox to add a verified email and generate backup codes if you haven't already for your Roblox account. Roblox has announced changes for non-limited avatar items published before April 4th. So starting June 20th, items will use the latest publishing interface, which according to Roblox will enhance discoverability and standardizes sales locations. With this change, that means premium discounts for marketplace items have now been discontinued, and items exclusive to premium members will also be taken off sale, but you can relist them without any cost. According to Roblox, the purpose of this update was to streamline the marketplace and align older items with newer standards. Due to the deprecation of premium benefits, there will be some changes to our catalog API. On July 15th, catalog API will no longer support filtering for items that have premium benefits. This impacts the game engine function, avatar editor service, search catalog as well. Any call to this method with the sales type filter set to premium will have the same behavior as the sales type filter being set to all, where all items will be returned. The premium benefit filter type parameter will be removed and no longer supported on all V1 and V2 search endpoints on the catalog API. And on July 15th, the premium pricing field on the roblox.catalog.api.catalog search detail response item model will always return null. After 3 months in beta, Path2D has finally been released. This new feature allows developers to design, edit, and visualize 2D splines, enabling the creation of complex UI elements and animations. And Roblox provides us many good examples here of what we can do with these different splines, how we can visualize them, and how we can use them to animate different UI elements on our screen. And you know what? With the addition of Path2D, this is going to greatly enhance the creative possibilities for UI in Roblox games. And who knows, we might be even getting closer to the reality of 2D games on the platform, which might be pretty exciting. Another terrible update announced this month was the release of a limited access beta for asset privacy and permissions. So Roblox released this and allowed developers to access this beta if they purchased a 30,000 Robux Game Pass. 30,000! I'm pretty sure you can see where the controversy from this post is coming from. Roblox states that in the future, we plan to make asset privacy generally available to all users without cost. However, this beta requires manual support and more resources from our engineering team. This enables us to help those who have the most urgent needs as soon as possible. Totally. It's not like Roblox isn't, a multi-billion-dollar corporation that could easily fund its own engineering team without forcing developers to have to, pay 30,000 Robux to access a beta feature. And of course, this is another Roblox post that got ratioed, so you can see the likes was 100, but the first comment got a like of 153, so more likes to the developers than Roblox themselves. And this developer says, "What? Did I read that wrong? I hope I read that wrong. Since when does early access to a feature cost Robux? Please don't do this again. Does Roblox really need their own currency that much? This is an extremely helpful feature that's being limited due to Roblox's usual Roblockades. TM." Another developer said, "This is lame. Yes, it's in beta, but the criteria to join being to burn 30k Robux is so mega lame. You're paying to have a true/false tick changed on your account and to test a feature. Roblox expecting you to burn 30k Robux, which is the equivalent to $300 worth at purchase, just to beta test a feature for them is insane." And I'd have to agree. And of course, Roblox has heard all of the feedback and they've decided to remove the 30k Robux requirement. "We understand your concerns about requiring beta users to purchase a Game Pass, and future access to the beta won't have a cost even if there's capacity restrictions. Next year, we will make asset privacy broadly available and self-serve without this limited releases restrictions." And then they have to give us some, context as to why we originally chose to require a Game Pass. We had to manage the demand while we scaled our system, as this early beta involves manual support. We also wanted to identify creators who were concerned about the impact of asset leaks on their workforce and businesses. We felt that adding the Game Pass requirement would help achieve both goals. We recognize this approach caused frustration, and we apologize for this. We value your understanding and patience as we improve this in the future, and we're excited to get this right for the whole community. The next announcement is Roblox currently testing some updated in-experience controls aimed at improving user personalization and reducing friction across devices. Roblox states starting this week, we're testing another series of layouts for our updated experience controls. In this new test, we'll be exploring experience control layouts aimed at enhancing user personalization and reducing friction. As part of this exploration, we're assessing the effectiveness of the following: removing the most recently used slot and instead introducing user-controlled pinning with the in-experience controls. This shift aims to give users more control and flexibility in customizing their experiences, allowing them to pin their most frequently accessed controls for easy access. And the experience control layouts we're currently testing are all left aligned, with the chat icon prominently featured when enabled. It's fantastic to see more developers embracing our helpful API for their UI needs, and the results are impressive. Two notable examples are Berry Avenue and Theme Park Tycoon 2, both showcase a UI that looks sleek and functions seamlessly with some of the layouts we are testing. What does this mean for you? If you've already integrated design changes using our experience control APIs, you're in luck. They'll seamlessly adjust to any shifts in reserve space, ensuring smooth sailing without any clashes. For those of you who haven't yet made the leap, we highly encourage you to dive into Studio and experiment with the new controls. Plus, don't forget about our top bar safe insets API and Signal API, now accessible in both Roblox Client and Studio environments. These tools make designing your experience UI a breeze, effortlessly aligning with Roblox's reserved space requirements. AI-generated summaries for package versions have been released. This should definitely help developers gain a better understanding of what exactly was changed between package versions, saving time and stopping confusion. They give us an example here of a package comparing between two different versions, and this AI summary tells us exactly what was changed. So it notes that a point light was added. It notes that several parts had their positions slightly adjusted and modified to prevent collision. And it also notes that there were different color changes, and it gives us some notes about particularly why some of these changes might have been made. So this is going to be pretty useful for any developers that need to compare with different versions, and the AI summary will definitely help you save time doing that. This is our first step at summarizing changes with AI, and we plan to extend this AI functionality to other aspects of Studio in the future. Please give us your feedback about this capability and what you'd like to see next. This month wasn't entirely a disaster because we actually got a good announcement this month, which was the release of a new Studio template, Laser Tag. This new template includes first-person gun models with animations, recoil, and tons of other settings. The blasters can be easily customized by adjusting various attributes on them. There is a team deathmatch/round system, and you can modify this easily by adding your own modes, and there's a very dope environment to play in with a bunch of PBR textures. We hope you enjoyed this new template. Please leave any comments, feedback, or pictures/videos of your creations in this thread. So it's great to see Roblox releasing more modern templates that new or even experienced developers can use and learn from. And I'm sure this template will allow for more high quality first-person shooter games to be developed in the future on the platform. Starting July 8th, personalized thumbnails will be tested in the home section on Roblox. This change is expected to impact 5% of user traffic to your experiences, so developers can tailor their thumbnails to attract the right audience. Why personalized thumbnails? Well, today, personalized thumbnails are fixed and visible to all users. By tailoring thumbnails to specific demographics or interests, you might have more agency and a higher likelihood of attracting the right audience and increasing engagement to your creations. This experiment's going to be running for 2 weeks and it ends on July 22nd. Since it's a small-scale test, you shouldn't notice any significant impacts on your day-to-day metrics. And it seems like developers are receiving this update well. One developer states that this is a very great change. I've been looking for ways to make both older and younger people notice my experience, and it's because it's so hard to make a thumbnail that everyone likes, and with this change I can now make multiple thumbnails and Roblox will automatically do the rest for me. Smiley face. New filters have finally arrived for sorting models in the toolbox. It seems like this was something that should have been there from the beginning, but you know what? It's better now than never. We are excited to announce the launch of new filters in the Creator Store on Studio. With these filters, you can now easily search based on detailed attributes such as the number of triangles in the 3D model, included objects, visual style, holiday themes, or physically based rendering. We hope these filters make it easier for you to find the 3D models you need, whether you're looking for an equipable gun with physically based rendering or a Christmas-themed city model with a reasonable triangle count. You can find these new filters in the Creator Store Models Filter View now. And they give us a butt ton of different filters that we can pick when we go to sort through different models. So as you can see, we can change the triangle count, ultra low, low. I mean, this is pretty... I don't know how to say. That's pretty vague. What does low or ultra low mean? Maybe they should add some like numbers here on the side to tell developers exactly how many triangles we're talking about here. But we can also sort to see if any models contain scripts or proximity prompts or any of these other different instances. We can sort by visual styles, which is interesting. If any models have physically based rendering and any themed models as well. Now, arguably the best update of the month, if not for the whole year, was the release of a new ban API and alt account detection. That's right, you can now ban players from your experiences without having to make any third-party module script that has to interact with a data store. You don't have to do none of that garbage. There is now an API directly within the Roblox API for banning players. And if we take a look at the amount of likes on this post, 932, this is definitely probably the most liked announcement. Oh, it just went up as I'm reading it, but this is probably the most liked announcement for this entire month and probably for the whole year and maybe even several years. Finally, this API is getting implemented. This will be so useful when combating botted players for sure, mainly for games such as Please Donate, Nice One, Roblox. I approve of this. This API is a long time needed addition, and connecting it to the alt detection system makes it so much better for stopping exploiters at the door. Not that Hyperion doesn't already do that. Just like we were able to monitor memory stores through the Creator Hub, Roblox has now added the ability to monitor data stores as well. This new tool includes 3 essential charts: request count by API, request count by status, and request count by API multiplied by status. These new charts and features will allow developers to analyze API usage, identify top issues with their data stores, and gain deeper insights into the data stores operating within their experiences. So hopefully this newly added feature will reduce the number of issues developers have with data stores, as now it's really easy to visualize exactly what is going on with them in your game. This is a much needed feature and I'm glad Roblox has finally added it. Roblox has also launched the Open Cloud Memory Stores API Beta, which allows developers to manipulate and interact with memory stores in their experiences outside of the Roblox environment. These changes include access to queue and sorted map endpoints, along with some other endpoints for managing data structures. If this new Open Cloud API is of interest to you, you can go ahead and read this whole post from the link in the description below, as well as check out the API documentation as well. The data store's versioning system is experiencing some changes this month in an attempt to optimize storage and accessibility. So starting on July 29th, only one version will be saved per hour for each key. Versions will be available for longer, and data store snapshots can be taken to guarantee backups for every key and experience. So if you're not aware, the versioning system is a very useful system for your data stores. If you ever need to do any sort of data like reversion or something like that in your game, let's say you make an update and for some reason this update's terrible and it corrupts a ton of data. Well, guess what? You can have snapshots in your data stores to back up your data to an older point in time, so that way players don't lose all of their data, and you'll still be able to give your players a version of the data store where they still at least had some data inside of it. Images uploaded to the Roblox platform can now be up to 8K in resolution. Previously, any images that exceeded 1K resolution were downsized, but now higher resolution images will be preserved. We will initially be surfacing high-resolution images for previews for Creator Store assets, allowing creators to better highlight their high-quality assets. Over time, we will continue to expand the surfaces on which we display high-resolution images. Ultimately, we hope to allow assets and experiences to leverage high-resolution textures. However, we want to be thoughtful about the performance impact before doing, as we want to make high-resolution images a benefit to all users. Experience events have received some new updates, which include allowing developers having the ability to add thumbnails and types for experience events. Events are a key to keeping a community engaged, whether it to be a celebrate a new game update, a 2x XP boost weekend, or anything else. These moments are where all your users come together and engage like never before. Previously, we launched experience events, a way for you to tell your users about upcoming events within your experience, and for them to opt in and be notified when that event starts. We are continuing to build on that foundation, and they've done so by allowing you to add thumbnails and even types to your events. Events are a great way to interact with your game's community, and it's awesome to see Roblox providing more of these features to allow us developers to engage with our player base. For the last update of this month, Roblox is testing a new sort called Today's Picks in the Marketplace. Yeah, that's about it. Whoop-de-doo. A Today's Pick section in the Marketplace. If you are a UGC creator and you want to have more information about how to get your items included into the Today's Picks section on the Marketplace, then they have a little section right here to do so. They have a survey that you need to fill out. So if you're interested about this update, then you can check it out from the link in the description. So that's all the changes introduced for the month of June. Tune in next month to learn about all of the changes announced on the dev forum for the month of July. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.